Get ready for Alan's morning minute or two, or three. Hey, what inspires you?
Good morning, eMetters. It's your trainer here, Alan Guerra, come to you pre-recorded in front of a live studio audience broadcasting from eMet's intergalactic headquarters right here in downtown scenic Miami, right across from the cruise ports. Today is look at the calendar, 25th of March, 2024. It's now time for your Alan's Morning Minute. Remember, I don't speak on behalf of the brand or the company. Still broadcasting from the same untreated room, 2 glass walls and a marble floor with lots of reverb. It's going to be a great day. Reverb. Let's go. Today's Alan's Morning Minute is brought to you by Imagination and Effort and Sale, Smile, Advocate, Initiate and Learn, and a Pass Attitude and Presentation, Pronunciation, Diction, Accuracy, and Speed. Let's get started. We've had this theme of exceeding expectations and giving people more than what they have asked for. When you look at expectations, you've either got meeting expectations, you've got not meeting expectations, or you've got exceeding expectations. And we should always be striving to exceed expectations. So I need to tell you what happened over the weekend, and then I'm going to let you be the judge. Over the weekend, my wife and I, we went shopping. We had to go to one of these big stores that have lots and lots of merchandise, and they have this really long line on the way out. So after shopping for about an hour or so, it was time to go ahead and go to the cash wrap and bring all of our purchases, and the line was really long. I estimated it was going to be at least about a half an hour, and it was just about a half an hour from the time we got in line to the time we got up to the cashier. And then let me just tell you what happened. Let me take a step back. The reason the line was long, now there were a lot of people. I can't remember exactly how many people. There must have been 30, 35 people in front of us. The reason the time it would take to get through that line was so long is because there were just the 2 cashiers at the front. And their attitude was not very exciting. You would think when you work for a business, you want to provide them with the best possible service. Well, it didn't seem like these people were doing that. Let me expand. Now remember, the lines were really long, and it was only the 2 of them. They looked tired, they looked overworked, they looked exhausted. Now I'm going to ask you a question. If they're tired, overworked, and exhausted, does that matter? Does that matter? Does that affect the way that you perceive the service that you are receiving? Do you feel bad that they're overworked and there's no one else to help them? Does that affect the perception that you have of this particular business? Or if you were in a similar situation, does it affect the perception that you have of that business? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Now, if it were me, and it is me because this is a situation that I lived through, let me give you what my opinion is. Personally, I expect a level of service that exceeds expectations every single time that I am in a store, fast food restaurant, wherever I might be. The level of expectations that I have is to make sure that I have had service that exceeds a level of expectations. Meeting expectations is, maybe it's okay. Not meeting or not exceeding expectations is definitely not okay. Did you just see stars? Do you deserve to receive services or goods that don't meet or exceed expectations? Let's say you call into a call center for the balance of a credit card, or your mortgage, or your car insurance, or your health insurance, or your dental insurance. It doesn't make a difference. You call into a center, you dial an 800 number, and the service that you receive from the person on the other end of the phone is really bad. It's really crappy. Does that really matter? Yeah, it matters. But how? It matters because when you receive poor service or substandard service, doesn't it affect the way that you feel? It's all about emotion. When you receive great service, you tend to feel really great. When you receive poor service, either you don't feel great or you're trying to make excuses of why you received the poor service. No one deserves to receive service less than an expectation that's been exceeded. The next time that you're out at a store or you're calling to anywhere, think about the service that you're receiving. Does it meet expectations? Does it not meet expectations? Or does it exceed expectations? And now I'm going to give you one extra thing, another little challenge to look at. When you're at work, are you receiving the service from your coworkers that you need? Did they meet expectations? Did they not meet expectations? Or did they exceed expectations? Hopefully, you and your coworkers are exceeding expectations, but if you're not, pause for a second and think what you can do to exceed expectations if you're the one that is providing the service or the resolution to somebody else. Before you respond, think, am I providing a service level that exceeds expectations? If in the back of your mind that you're not, pause for that second, take a deep breath, reevaluate how can you go ahead and exceed a level of expectations. Looks like there's a lot of things to think about just from my trip to the store with a long line and poor service. So I want you to think about that. Have a great rest of your day. Remember to continue sailing with me. Smile, advocate, initiate, and learn. Talk to you soon.